saying? But OG Ruck is the first dude, the first Crip that I met, you know what I'm saying? And it was in prison. We was in Collins Correctional Facility, right? And when Ruck got to this jail, um, he was crazy, like into the Crip, you know what I'm saying? The Crip, like it was new to all of them, right? And he was eager about telling me about certain things. The first thing he did was give me a book called it was Monster Cody. And Monster Cody is a famous Crip dude that ended up becoming Muslim and bringing a lot of brothers, you know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about, hold up. I want to talk about, okay, a lot of brothers have Islam from from the streets, you know what I mean, while they was free. Real Key to the City podcast, he was explaining how some people were born as Muslim, you know what I'm saying? And some of us became Muslim, you know, like in the street, and some of us came Muslim in prison. The politics is a little bit different depending on where you took your shahada. For people that don't understand that, taking shahada is a declaration, it's something that you say that makes you Muslim in front of witnesses, right?
Right.
Now, both of these brothers are Muslim. I'm gonna bring people up that's not Muslim, that's probably in the gang, but you know they not Muslim, or dudes that was locked up as Muslims. So what we want to know, right? This conversation started from Wax AP, so we're gonna bring Wax AP up, right? Wax AP was saying that you cannot be the Muslim imam and be an active gang member. That's where we want to take it from. Can you be the Muslim imam, especially in jail? We're gonna lightly kick that shit around today, y'all. So let me drop the link. Y'all can introduce yourself and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Let both of your brothers introduce to the audience who y'all are. While I go put the wrenches on for a second. All right. You can start off with the Sheikh
Uh,
Islam. Tell them who you are. You know what I'm saying? Even though a lot of people do know who you are. Tell them who you are, and then Kiani.
Reintroduce yourself.
All right.
Hey, assalamu alaikum to everybody.
Peace.
Yeah, my name's Islam Salam, Al Hajj Islam Salam. And I've been Muslim about 40 something years. I was down with Masjid Mu'minun on Atlantic Avenue and down with Masjid Taqwa on Franklin. And you know, I've been around a lot of good Muslims. I learned a lot, and I know prison and jail etiquettes as
Right.
far as Islam goes. You know, and you can't be. I mean, it depends. If there's nobody in the jail that has enough knowledge to teach,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And somebody may know a little something, something, and he might be a blood. You know, I mean, what can you do? You know, because jail politics is different. But you can't be a blood running. You can't be a blood running a masjid in jail. You can't do that because I mean, just don't even sound right. And some of the rules from bloods is definitely different from the laws and the bylaws of Muslims. Like I said, if there's nobody there that has enough knowledge to lead, and there's only a blood there that knows a little something, something, what can you do? You know, what I mean, sometimes you gotta let things slide for knowledge. I mean, it's wrong to have somebody like that, but not all the facilities may have enough Muslims there where they can lead, they can teach.
Right.
You know, and that's the most important thing. You know, I always pray for my brothers in jail that Allah will always put somebody Muslim that's well knowledgeable that can't be tricked by innovations and from bid'ah, you know, changing things up and always keep the Muslims strong in the prison system so we don't go through this. So you won't have to have somebody blood or crip leading the Muslims.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you an example of how shit get messy, right? There was this gang called La Familia, right? And we was up. I was in Green, right? And the La Familia niggas. I don't know exactly what happened, but there was like that summer in '93. There was a lot of shit jumping off, right? Niggas was getting banged up every day, boom, boom, on the walkway. I was in school at that time, so I'll be looking at through the school, and every day on the walkway, niggas was getting banged up. You see Muslim brothers coming through, just stabbing the fuck out of niggas, right? Now, one of the dudes, the head of the gang, La Familia, right? Um, and the head of security, we call him the wazir of Sutra. You know what I'm saying? Um, the our security, the head of security, was blood cousins with the head of the La Familia. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that was around know about this problem. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody know what's going on, right? It's a conflict of interest when you in jail. See, a Muslim brother that was born as a Muslim told me that the PLO, that organization, those are Muslims. But to a lot of people, they look at them like as a gang. You know what I mean? Because the shit that they do. But they're still Muslims. So I feel like in the street, you can do it because they don't have like it's not a bunch of wars where niggas getting stabbed up. But in jail, it's impossible, man. I used to be hardcore against that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the days, I became
Right.
more lenient as the more older I got, the more lenient I became. Like, well, you know what? No, who knows what's in his heart? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
Wax AP was talking about a Muslim dude. You know what I'm saying? That was also active gang member, being the imam sheikh.
Wow.
Where's Wax AP? Let me get Wax AP up here. Let me tell him that.
Let me ask Islam something real quick. And it's not really a question. I just want to see if you agree with me or not, right? So when you're a blood, right? You got to be on demon time. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to put in work and do devilish deeds. That's what the gang recognizes. You feel me? So if you Muslim and you a blood,
You see, this
your
is where the
devilish
problem.
deeds, Allah is watching you.
But
You on the
stop right
radar.
there, right? Look at this though. Look, consider this, right? That
So,
there's some bloods, just like there's some Crips. Like when I first met Rucc, you know, like from the public eye, it seems like Crips is all fucking, you know what I mean, doing, you know, like they put a negative light on it, right? But when I met Rucc ain't tell me nothing negative about being Crip. It was all about the origins of being Crip. And there's some Crips that don't subscribe to that. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, selling drugs and doing all this other
right,
goofy
right,
shit.
right, right.
So likewise with Bloods, there's a lot of Bloods that don't believe that. They believe in like, especially East Coast Bloods, brotherly love overrides. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
Acronym.
yeah, it's like oppression. You know what I'm saying? And something like that. It was just there's some blood niggas that's just absolutely not with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I consider that when I say that. You know
Right.
that you can have Muslims that are blood at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like who knows what's in their heart? But what kind of okay?
That's true too.
Hey Sheikh, let me ask you
Yeah.
from the perspective of a free Muslim, right? What's some of the what's the reason why okay a Muslim cannot be a blood at the same time?
Because they have different laws, different bylaws. You
Right.
know, like the brother just said. Like I said, I don't know that much about gangs. You know, I've never been in a gang, so I don't know about gangs. So, but I do know that in the penal system, you know, Muslims have to behave a certain kind of way. You know, if you're a good imam, you're gonna tell your people, you know, don't gamble, don't drink,
Okay,
don't make any contracts with anybody without putting it on paper. Well, for what my son told me is, and he's up in Dannemora. He told me now to become Muslim and to take Shahada in Dannemora, they have to check your background for where you came from to see if you got any beef with gangs or anything like that, because
Right.
they don't want to bring no gangs
it's
into. You know what I'm saying?
hey Sheikh, it's always been like that. See,
Yeah.
one of the
Okay.
popular misconceptions that a lot of people, you know, especially gang members, right, believe that Muslim niggas just take anybody in. My nigga, you know how much investigation we do on these motherfuckers
I
before we
mean,
let.
no, but me, man, we very kind, we very kind, man. You know what I'm saying? You have to show mercy if you want mercy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I was gonna
You
say
see what I'm
that.
saying? So, but still at the same time, we don't want somebody to come into our ranks that's wanted by the Bloods and the Crips and the Latin Kings for some
Yeah,
foul shit that he
bro.
did in the street.
Because there's a lot. This is what we get a rap for. We get a rap for taking in motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That did some foul shit, and they run.
Yes,
They run to the Muslims because they know that we gonna protect them tooth and nail, right? So,
yes.
That's
what?
right.
I but look, but then it's a real slippery slope, and that's why your son is telling you how they doing up in Clinton right now. They always been that. I always been that way. I always been that way. Like nigga, what you want to be Muslim? Like somebody come to me and be like, yo, I want to become Muslim. What the fuck for? You know what I'm saying? Like, why?
Right.
I never seen you in the masjid. I never seen you, toting books around. You're not telling your people to send you a
Right.
prayer. You're not
How
showing me.
serious are you?
Yeah, my nigga, you look like the Bloods is hunting you down, and you want to come, and we got a bad rap for taking these niggas in.
And then we get caught up in the mix.
Hey guys, check this out real quick, right? I don't want to stop nobody's wisdom. I just want to add on. Check it out. I'll go to the mosque on 116th, Malcolm Shabazz joint, right?
Me
So
too.
one time I took the rapper Unkasa there to take his Shahada. So right after Juma, you know what I'm saying? He tried to bring him up there to give him his Shahada. The Imam stopped it. He was like, what you know? Who's the law? You know what I'm saying? What's the five pillars?
Ah,
He couldn't answer the question. They was about to not give him his Shahada. He started crying. You know what I'm saying? Word is born. And he was like, look at him. He's being witnessing right now. Go and get that man his Shahada. And he got his Shahada by the hair of his chinny chin chin.
alhamdulillah.
And that's a
I
fact.
ain't never, I ain't never seen that like that. I ain't never
All right,
because
check it out.
a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
of people.
Before you take off, because I know you're about to take off, OG. Hold on.
I'll take off on that.
Hold on. Does anybody remember the story in Brooklyn when it was a bunch of Muslims? If correct me if anybody know this story about the big ox. They had little sons that was out there selling drugs with the dudes in the community, and one of them got murdered. So they got together 800 deep with AKs and all that. Went to the dudes that they were selling the drugs for that got his son killed and made their whole family take Shahada Ting or die now. Do anybody know about that story in Brooklyn?
Hey, I know about them. I know about the Ansars that was putting in work, but like Hanifis, right? The Hanifa, um, the people that the Hanifa school. Let's let Islam speak about that, right? Islam
Uh,
speak about Hanifa because remember we was talking about the Ansars and how them niggas was running down on these niggas, robbing these motherfuckers and putting them, you know what I mean, making them
no,
missing.
I met quite a few of the Ansar brothers that was trying to get away from from Dr. York because they was doing some crazy stuff over there in Bushwick, you know. But I need you to say that again, that story you were just saying, because I didn't get it. I got dropped.
1 second. I got Wax AP just pulled up. Wax AP, you gotta change your picture. I
Whoa.
know you know what? Keep your fucking picture. I
Keep the
rather just see. Let me see your face. You wanna know why? Because he got somebody eating
bang
something.
bang.
Let me, yeah. Because
Astaghfirullah.
Wax AP, we hold on. Let me see what Wax AP doing. What
He's
is
looking
going
flowery,
on?
but
What
we
the
don't know what the
fuck, yo,
flower.
Wax AP?
This
What
guy's
the
crazy.
fuck is my? Yo, we got mad shit going on out here. Stop a lot. My bad. Hey,
Yo, what
thumbnail.
up? What up? What up?
Yo,
What up?
bro,
What up?
please take the thumbnail off. Let
What
me
up?
see
What up?
you.
What up? What up? What up? I don't
What
even
is
know how
the
that got
damn
up.
doing?
That shit kind of cool. I don't even know how I got up there, but that's kind of cool though.
You know how I got up there.
That's kind of cornball.
Hey man, man. Hey man.
Yo,
Whatever
he's
I'm doing,
cornball in the Muslim conversation.
whatever I'm doing, I need to keep doing. I got the whole sector, man. Look at it. Work, girl, work. Now, what's up, though?
This nigga's crazy.
Messy. Hey, so look, check it out, right? So look, the conversation starts from Wax AP, right? Shake and Keys to the City, right? It starts from Wax AP. I just heard that, and Wax was against it. He said that you cannot be the Muslim, the leader of the Muslims. You cannot be the imam and be an active gang member. Why do you say that, AP?
Salute to everybody. I feel like religion, you have a freedom of religion. So you can't tell a person what religion that they can adapt to. You understand what I'm saying? I have been, we all have done custodial time, but at one point in time, I was heavily involved into certain activities. You feel what I'm saying? I understand the difference from religion and organizations. You understand what I'm saying? I also understand that sometimes religions play into organizations. I just feel though, as mainly this situation occurs in prison, right? And I'm not pushing prison politics. That's not what we're doing. We just touching on topic.
Go ahead, boy. Articulate yourself.
You're in the blender, AP. You know what? You look younger now, Shake. You look crazy younger. You lost
He
weight.
laughed at that.
Shake lost some weight. You must have. He lost some weight. He lost some
Well,
weight.
hey, what happened? I had water in my lungs, and
Okay.
I was kind of real big. It made me look big. So when they took the water out, I got back to my normal weight. You know, and alhamdulillah, I'm still alive, bro.
All right. So what's your experience in prison though? How long? How you
Okay,
ever
well,
did?
I mean, I wanted to put the wax AP finish.
Yeah. No, we waiting for he in the blender right now. We gonna wait till he fixes his mic and then we go.
Well, I mean, alhamdulillah, as long as there's somebody that can teach proper Islam, whether they're Sunnis or Shiite, even Balalians, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody that can teach and have organization and know the rules and know the morals of how Muslims should behave. Then they could lead. They could lead. But if you're gonna lead like a gang, that stuff a lot, but that's not gonna fly. You know what I'm saying?
Not
Like
gonna fly.
you know what I'm
Shake,
saying?
let me
You
ask
could
you
tell
a question,
people.
Shake.
Can I go to? Let me just give a 20-second commercial break.
Go ahead.
I was about to say something ratchet. Let me just finish. Let me wait until the shake. When the shake is gone, then we can go there.
We can light up.
Yeah, we can light out. We waiting for the shake to go
Quick
in.
question. Why did the prophet tell us not to wear gold?
Well,
Ah,
well,
Why
well,
did the
gold,
prophet tell us
brother,
not to wear gold?
gold is for women, actually.
Right, right.
but
Come on
Women
with
can
it.
wear gold.
before I give
Women
you,
can wear gold.
before you explain, shake. Before you explain, let's let the people know that Allah says in the Quran that for men, there's two things that's forbidden. That's gold and silk, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
but I mean, women can wear gold. We can wear silver, and sometimes and Allah give us a command, we don't question it, because it's a command that's better for us. 'Cause look what happens when we wear gold. Somebody wants to take it.
That's one of the things.
You know
Where
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
going with it was a little different though, Shake. I've just researched something I wanted to share with the panel, right?
I'll
Since we
do
live.
that. Do that.
Check this out, Shake. So the prophet told us not to wear gold because it would cause infidelity in our sperm. It will stop us from having
Ah,
kids.
Yeah, I
Scientists
mean,
just researched that there's particles in gold that will contaminate our sperm cells. So a lot of people that wear a lot of gold, they can't have no kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can research this.
hold up,
When
yeah.
Allah says something, it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just for the season. Like,
Right.
not sleeping on your stomach. You should never sleep on your stomach. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Did you, excuse me, Mac, did you hear what I was saying?
No,
No.
you had cut up, AP, but
Look at the
go ahead,
blender.
take that off, take off.
What did you? Okay, so I said, respectfully, no one can tell a person what religion that they can believe in, right? We have a freedom of religion. This is America, right? So, a person can pray 5 times a day, or they can do anything in the comforts of whether they want to go to the masjid or do it alone, right?
Right.
No one can tell anyone what they can and can't believe in. However, I
That's
just
true.
don't
However.
feel that it's appropriate for an active gang member, whether you're blood, crip, boss, or whatever, to
Right.
hold a position in the ranks of the Islam of the religion. Now, why I say
Right.
that? Because you cannot serve two masters equally.
You
Now,
said you
I
get right
use
out
the
my mouth.
term masters. I lose that. I use that word loosely,
Two
right?
masters at the
Um,
same time.
right. So you have a shahada versus an oath, right?
Right.
Um, and you have to stand on your oath
I
or
feel it.
shahada, right? So, just my personal opinion and from my personal experiences, I stand against that. I do not stand against Bloods, Crips, or any other gang members being believing in Islam and follow the Islamic culture. And I don't have any issue with that. My thing is what causes concern to me is an active gang member holding
Active,
positions as in the ranks. This situation only occurs mainly in prison. We're not pushing prison politics. No
right?
way am I doing that, right? But this situation mainly occurs in prison, in that environment, right? Um, and we have seen it. And like I said, you can't tell nobody what they can and can't be, because some people, some Bloods are born Muslim. You feel what I'm saying? Some
Is that
people
all?
are born into some Bloods are born into the Muslim culture, and that's fine, right? And I still stand on what I say. I just don't think it's appropriate for a active gang member to hold a position in the ranks of the culture of Islam. And that's
Can I
I
add
stand.
on with that real fast? Can I add on with that real quick?
Yeah.
I totally agree with you 1,000%. And a lot of people don't understand that when you are an active gang member and you're trying to practice Islam, Allah will confuse your thoughts. You'll wake up one day and forgot how to pray. You know what I'm saying? Because you serving two masters at the same time, like Wax said. So now you out with your homeboys smoking weed, popping mollies, and when it's prayer time coming in, you can't even pray because you can't even stand up. You're high. Take it away, guys.
Yeah, that's and I believe that and like I say, I stand on that. And if you writing exact, and I'm not saying nobody isn't, right, but in all fairness, you
Hold up,
know,
hold up. Y'all see AP? People that's just pulling up, hit the like button. Look at my
Right.
niggas. Look at the topic. No, put it back on. Put it back on. Hey yo, this nigga's a wild boy. That's
I
gonna be Islam. This brother, I'm telling you.
got you.
No,
These motherfuckers emotionally attached. They going crazy. I got them emotionally attached. They going crazy now. But back to the topic. But yeah, and I stand on that. You feel what I'm saying, for my reasons. But I just think that it's appropriate because if that day ever comes, you feel what I'm saying, it's too late to talk it. It's too late to talk it out. And those situations occur in prison though. You feel what I'm saying? Like it does happen in prison. So it's not something that we gonna say that doesn't happen, and it's an issue, right? But I'm just saying my personal opinion. A blood or a crip or a boss, anybody can be anything what you want to be, right? I'm just saying respectfully, AP feels that to hold a position in the ranks. I just disagree with that. I disagree with that.
well,
I don't think the Shahada. I
I
don't think
think
the
let's
Shahada
look
in
at
the
it like
open.
this. Let me be the devil's advocate because I okay. Well, I agree with you, but let me present something else, right? Let's say you have an active gang member that's Muslim, but he's getting through to the like what Dirk Farver is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's getting through to the niggas that's on demon time. You know what I'm saying?
He is?
But let's just say that's the situation. Let's say that this oh, you talking about Lil Dirk Father? Lil Dirk
Yeah.
Father.
Because you know he almost dropped dead.
Yeah, he's Muslim. He's Muslim. So no
But
matter
this is
what,
the thing, though. A lot of people be playing Muslim. Let's get into that. People that pray with us, right? But behind closed doors, they telling the Shayateens, I'm really with you.
woo! It
So
says
what happens is that you get all the money, you get all that, right? Now it's time to do a sacrifice. You don't want to do a sacrifice. So what they do? Give you a heart attack.
hold up, but look, remember what the brother said.
Like
You
Gillian Wallace said.
in order for Allah to forgive you, you got to be able to forgive, right?
That's
That's number
called being
one.
merciful,
That's being merciful, right?
right?
Now, at the same time, you never know a person's intent. You might be getting through the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
But look at this though. Hear this on the
But
double side of that coin,
but
right?
brothers, we're not stupid. Muslims are not stupid.
Right.
We have the best knowledge and the best wisdom to lead anybody in the prison system. So we know if somebody's trying to play. You know,
Right.
they may think they're fooling us, but they're
They
not. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
trying
why.
to play a law.
That's why we.
yes,
That's why we figure out what type of problems you got. Like you have to almost like you have to not debrief, but you got to let us know what the
No,
fuck.
debrief. No, that's the word. Debrief.
You have to brief. You got to let
Straight
us
up.
know what we up against, How many cartons of cigarettes you owe? Did you rat on a nigga? What's going on? Mikey B, salute.
Like, do you really want to change? Mikey B, salute.
Yo, salute, bro. Salute to the panel. Salute, AP. What up? What up, y'all?
What's up, bro?
Hey,
Peace.
let me
Say
let me
peace.
close this window, man. Give me a
Mikey
second.
B, my brother, what up, bro?
How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling to yourself, man. I'm all right, man. All is well, man. I got to get your mouth again. I got to pull back up. I got to pull up on you, though. But salute to the bro, the elder, Mikey B. That, Mikey B, one of the individuals that made something like this conversation possible. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Mikey B and I appreciate Mikey B pulling up because I was really looking for Mikey B's input on this. Mikey B got another side of this because he was there when certain issues like this arose. So respectfully, my brother Mikey B.
Yo, what's up, bro? Yo, peace to the brothers, man. Good. This is a good conversation y'all having up here. I'm glad y'all having it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just wanted to give y'all some information. And just shed some light on some of the stuff that I went through as being a big homie in blood and dealing with the Muslim community. Coming through the prison system, on Rikers Island, I didn't eat pork. I was a Rasta, and having a halal card, having a blue card, some guys think you Muslim. At one time, we went to Muslim services a lot. Even though I wasn't Muslim, we went to Muslim service. We prayed with the Muslim brothers. They accepted us. And this is in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the 90s. You heard? And at the same time, we going down there to the Muslim services. You have other places where Muslims and homies was getting it on, and we coming from the box, and that's the only thing we could do is go to our services at that time. But as far as the question is concerned, I want to stick to the facts on that. I believe that, like Wax AP said, a lot of dudes is repping gangs, but they was born Muslim. We needed the leadership of the Muslim elders, the guard body elders, the Rasta elders, and the other people that that held down the gang members, because these gangs are only big because you got to remember a lot of these Muslim brothers, a lot of these guard body brothers, a lot of these neutral brothers helped them. You see what I'm saying? There would be no blood if the Muslims ain't step in, if the guards ain't stepped in, if the Rasta ain't stepped in, if the neutrals ain't stepping to help the brothers. You understand what I'm saying? That always gets lost in translation with these new guys. They don't know the history, so I understand they don't know where all this stuff arrived from, where it came from. But it came from the support of revolutionary Muslims, the revolutionary guard bodies, the revolutionary Rastas, saying, "Yo, y'all not gonna do this to the brothers," and they stepped in against the Latin Kings and the Netas and helped a lot of times, even against the police. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that needs to be spoken on and made sure that we have that out here in the internet floating around. When we got all this garbage floating around, and we got this good information floating around as well. Being in the prisons and being a big homie in places like Comstock and Clinton, I had a close, even though I was Rasta, wasn't Muslim, I had a close relationship with a lot of the Muslim imams, with guys hiding under the banners of, being other gangs and hiding under banners. And, I would go to the imam and talk to them, and we would really pick out the guys that were false claiming Muslim, hiding in the gangs. And me and the imam would walk the yard together and talk about these guys and make sure that these guys didn't do this stuff and hide under the guys of Muslim and then attack the homies, or just be false claiming Muslim just for the time being and be safe in certain prisons. Clinton, the homies, a lot of us, we ate with Muslim brothers. We ate with the guys that had security, ate with us, Jihad and brothers like that. So we had a close relationship. I never had a never had a war with the Muslims and the Bloods. A lot of the wars y'all hear about wasn't around when guys like me were around, and certain guys to keep things balanced behind the walls. But certain prisons, certain guys, you had certain militant guys and the Muslims, if they knew that you were homie, certain prisons, they didn't care if you were homie and you came down and you prayed. And I respected that because these guys needed the guidance They needed the leadership. They needed the prayers. And it probably helped them in their life because you got some great um, Muslim brothers that came out of blood, that were leaders in blood, that are now solid leaders in the Muslim community, like my brothers Moshe, my brothers KK, and it's a bunch of other brothers that I could name that were homie and that was straddling the fence, but they were getting the information from the elders in the Muslim community. And they made that transition to whole, fully be Muslim and not, be a part of the gang structures. But you have some guys in a Muslim culture that were totally against any kind of bloods being, in the masjid or being around. But a lot of these guys had their own gang affiliations. And now a lot of these guys that I'm talking about, they're no longer Muslim at all. They repping other gangs. So, it was a lot of that, a lot of hiding going on in the Muslim culture, a lot of false claiming, and a lot of confusion in the state of New York. You know what I'm saying?
My bad. I had to get something to eat.
But I ain't want to over talk. If y'all brothers got questions or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to answer them.
I don't think you. Excuse me. I don't think you over talking. I think your insight and the experience that you went through, I think that adds to this. I think everything that you said has merit to it. So there's nothing that you can actually say to take away from this. A lot of shit, a lot of things that that happen on the yard is people is oblivious to which I actually went through. You feel what I'm saying? Now, like we know brothers be false claiming, we know brothers don't be right, and we know brothers feel like they can turn to Islam for as a thing, a shield of protection, right? We disagree with that, and we come in peace. But the reason I say that is because what if we have an individual that used to be into an organization and he decide he want to make a move and he want to go to Islam. Now, when he go to Islam, he convert over to Islam. He take a shahada, but he ain't right. He deserve to be exiled because he done been a disgrace to the homies or whatever. Now the iman is blood though. You feel what I'm saying? But this dude is 110% wrong. He deserves to be disciplined. But the iman is blood. What do the iman do? Do he protect the snake and the rat, or do he allow justice to be served? Because he took an oath to be blood, but he's the iman. What do he do though? How do he rectify that
It
situation?
all depends, Cat.
He shouldn't be in that position.
In New York. I never seen an imam that was blood.
Right,
Me neither.
and that's
I
what
never
happens
seen
down
an
south.
imam in the state of New York that was blood. Just being
You
honest.
want to know why? Because in Islam, we be doing our homework on niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's number one. But we do our homework, and people just think that it's just you just running the mosque. We ain't taking anybody. That's number one. But
That's right.
how do the homie like how do the gang, not necessarily homies, how do they see it? Because I would imagine, all right, I'm blood, and we about to, you know what I'm saying? We bust a move, but we can't bust a move, or we gotta really, really, you know what I'm saying, like strap up or you know what I'm saying, like because the dude decides to become Muslim. How do dudes feel about Muslims after Muslims let that happen so much?
I mean,
You
I'm gonna get
know,
out the. Go
in
ahead.
Islam, you know how the people say you can't judge nobody, but in Islam, we can judge people.
Right.
We can judge them. So if you see a certain behavior, a certain character coming from a person, individual that calls themselves Muslim, then you need to check them.
Have to.
And you know what? Out on the real, Muslims, we don't mind protecting somebody. We don't mind. If you come to us, you say I want to take shahada. They taking my shit. I'm washing clothes. I don't want to do that shit no more. Could I become Muslim and stop doing it? They say,
Right.
yeah, you come into Islam, come to the mosque,
Facts.
learn how to
Facts.
pray, learn how to
Facts.
pray, and then you tell that nigga I ain't washing shit, and that's how you do. You show people, you prepare them for when they come back out of the jail that they already know about Islam. I mean, a lot of people come to jail and they first learn about it. That's what you teach them. And if you got somebody there that's gang affiliated, they're not gonna learn anything. That's why I always pray to Allah that Allah keeps smart, intelligent, strong imams in the prison system to guide these kids. to guide them. Don't let the mosque just get ripped off by people coming in there gang affiliated or making their own Islam up. Instead of practicing the real Islam, nobody's
Fact.
going in there making it up or say you could do this when you can't do that.
You
You know,
can't.
that's the knowledge that we need to
Right.
spread while we're in the system. And that's why I pray to Allah that Allah keep the imams strong. The
Okay.
African American imams, the Puerto Rican imams, the foreigner imams, keep them strong.
Right.
Okay.
Hey,
So now,
the OG is automatically right. Let me just say this real quick. The OG is automatically right because guess what? Allah makes Muslims. We don't. Take it away.
That's right. Amen.
from Islam perspective, right? Why can't somebody be blood and Muslim at the same time?
Let me tell you why. Let me answer that real quick. You can't do that because number one, us as Muslim, we believe in being kind, nice. When you are blood, you have to put in pain. If you nice, you considered pussy. If you a pushover and you always helping people, you
Is
considered
that,
soft.
is that true, AP?
No,
I
stand.
don't, I
I
don't
mean,
agree. Let me say something
stand to
real quick,
challenge that.
AP.
Go ahead. I
I'll
stand to
challenge
challenge
that
that.
too because you got some good brothers that's blood. You
Fact.
got some good,
There you
go
go.
out honorable, good dudes.
I
That's blood.
disagree with that,
If
but I
you if you
disagree with that
following
one.
if you following the real rules, if you following the real rules, the real 31 of you from the East Coast, then you're gonna be a good dude. Just being
Yeah.
honest. Yo, a
But you
lot of these
can't
dudes that you
follow
see
that
that's
and
doing,
follow the deen
yo,
rules.
hold on,
That
let you
goes
speak. I
against
let
the
you speak.
deen's
I
rules.
let you speak, bro. Let me speak. If you following the rules, then you're gonna be a good dude. All them dudes that all these dudes that you see me around, I ain't, don't get me wrong, I done seen Muslims do as much work as the homies. I'm lying?
Nah, you're right.
All right then.
Absolutely right.
So what's the difference then? I'm just saying if you're a Muslim and you ain't following the rules, or you a blood if you ain't following the rules, then you're gonna be the same person.
That's a
Being
fact.
honest, you're gonna
That's a
be a
Nah,
fact.
hypocrite. And that's why
yeah.
you
That's a
see a
fact.
bunch of hypocrites running around. So of course you're not gonna be good. If you following the rules, if you following all the blood rules the way it's supposed to be followed, then you're gonna be a good dude. But most
Now,
dudes don't follow
now
them
right there,
all,
Mikey
yeah?
I
B.
don't. I disagree
That's
with
why,
that.
that's why I was saying that I feel that it's possible because you might have a Muslim brother that is the leader and holds rank with the Bloods. That means that he's able to pass on the message. Now we have to look at what Salam was saying about. We also judge character. A person that's not a good person is ever going to make it to the ranks of a leader of the Muslims ever.
Ever.
Like if he becomes imam, we don't question nothing he does.
Nothing.
We don't give a fuck if he blood or not because we know that Allah might have appointed him to do something over there with
Right.
them. As not, but we also judge his character because what makes a Muslim? What makes an imam? Character. He
Right.
wouldn't be able to. He would not be able to become Muslim if he was, putting in pain.
You can't fake it till you make it around here in Islam.
But that's not true. If
You
you putting
Yeah,
in
but
know,
pain, a Muslim,
that's not
I know
hey
some
brothers,
Muslims that's
I
well
just said
respected for putting in pain, bro.
look,
right.
all
Some
my
of
And
these Muslims
brothers.
behind a wall, they well respected for putting in pain, bro.
But what
Come
I'm
on,
saying is
bro.
that.
Let's not.
What,
all
no,
right,
check
We
out.
not
let's
looking for
All
dudes
my
AP,
fucking.
brothers.
all
hold
right.
on. This
So
is what I'm
pardon
saying.
me.
Hold up
Excuse me.
one second before you take it, AP. AP gonna grab it, right? Pause. Now, what I'm saying is this, right? That I'm saying that you might have an imam that what I mean by putting in pain is I'm not saying that a nigga is docile in any kind of way. Because most of the Muslims I know, you know what I'm saying, especially the imams, they put in a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about as far as like being active in that kind of world. You know what I mean? Not to say that he ain't gonna bust a move appropriately, but go ahead, AP.
Um, I just so everybody has their own point of view. Everybody has what we consider valid points. I want to instead of adding on, I want to get back to the foundation of this. We are in the United States of America. We have a freedom of speech, a freedom of religion, and a lot of freedom of a lot of decisions we have. Where does it says that as a blood that you cannot follow the Islamic culture, right? I'm just saying I can't tell a blood that they can't be a Christian, a Baptist, a Presbyterian, a atheist, a Muslim or anything, right? I'm saying to hold a position in the ranks where you have to make a decision for the Islamic community. I disagree with that. And me personally, I feel that a person can follow and believe and engage in any religion that they want to. They have a freedom to do that. But I just don't feel that the need that an active gang member should sit in the ranks where he has to make a decision for that community. I disagree with that, but I can't. You can't tell a person you can't be Catholic, you can't be Baptist, you can't
That's
be
right.
Presbyterian, you can't be
That's right.
Muslim. I mean, and that's just how I feel personally.
That's right.
You have a lot of brothers, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's real good brothers. You feel what I'm saying? Being involved in certain organizations is not always about violence. You feel what I'm saying? Some people position, they brought other things to the table. Everybody that was involved in these organizations wasn't violent people, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Some people brought things to the table where you could just sit down. Some people just could think things through. Some people just had energy. There was different parts and there was different reasons. Yeah, shit happened. You feel what I'm saying? But shit happens outside of gang activity. Shit happens outside of organizations, right? So
Yeah, and it
let's just
doesn't say in
accept
the
it what it
manual
is.
of being a blood or crip that you got to go out and be negative. You got to go out and be in demon time. It
Right,
don't say
that's the perception, and that's not reality because
That's
you have some actually good brothers that's part of organizations. You feel what I'm saying? But with violence, I mean, with organizations comes violence, and people only respect violence when you're trying to assert
right.
dominance. You feel what I'm
That's right.
saying? When you're trying to assert dominance, you're not going to be a good guy. But that's not saying that a Muslim can't assert dominance. Muslims are not violent people. You feel what I'm saying? But their unity and their structure in a peaceful manner sets dominance. You feel what I'm saying? Muslims don't go around and they do this, that, and the third. But everybody understands that you respect the Muslim community because of their dominance that they accept, that they set
We
forth,
give
right?
respect.
So you have to understand when things go on, there's going to be violence. But don't just look at us or look at gang members or former gang members and say, you know what, all you dudes are violent because some people are actually good brothers, my bro. And that's all I want to say, though, bro.
Right.
hey,
You
we
make a
out.
point. You make a point. You make a point. I was just trying to say real quick that when you think about what you call a good brother sometimes, right? That brother might be slimy as fuck, but because he did you right his whole life, you consider him a good brother. You know what I'm saying? We got those types too. That's all I was saying.
We
You
got OG.
know,
Hold up. We got OG Ruck pull up right now. OG
Salute,
Ruck.
OG.
What's your take on this situation, Ruck?
Who's that?
Uh,
Who?
humans are violent. Period. I don't care what organization you've been in, whether it's religious, secular.
Right.
Humans are violent. In every group of people, you're gonna have violent people that's around. However, like the jail mentality, like a lot of people stuck in jail. Like I don't really need to go to mosque to praise Allah. That would be the best bet. That would be the most beneficial. But I don't need that. I don't need to be around a whole bunch of people to praise my higher power. I could be crip and show love to whatever Lord I feel like showing love to. That's just my prerogative. It's my opinion. I don't need the acceptance of other people to say you don't have the right to praise Allah. You don't have the right to praise Jesus. You don't have the right to praise Jehovah. I have that absolute right as a human being. Every human being has that right. I don't
Talk
care.
that shit.
Like my sins are my sins. That's between me and Allah. It ain't between me and another man.
Talk that shit. That's a
Simple as that.
fact.
Now, I guarantee you, I could have all this blue crip, blue flags. If I go into the mosque and I say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, they got to let me in them doors.
no doubt, no
And
doubt,
I'm going to make my salat.
no doubt.
I'm going about my business. But when in jail, it's more of a gang mentality with religions. Even with
Well,
they
well,
could,
I always tell my children, excuse me, I always tell my children, I don't care what you practice, what religion you are, whether you're Jewish, you're Christian, Muslim, blood, Crip, Latin King, whatever. If you're not a good human being, you hiding behind your organization, you hiding behind your religion. You have to be a good human being
first,
first before anything. And in Islam, we have rules that we have to follow. We can't eat pork. Maybe Bloods can eat pork. Maybe Crips can eat pork. We can't gamble. Maybe Bloods can gamble. Maybe Crips can gamble. We can't make a contract with somebody without writing it on paper, because later on that person will say, "Hey, that's not true. What happened?" But if you have it on paper, it's written down. So and so
Let me put you on
Muslims,
pivot. I'll
we've
put you
been
on pivot.
around in the prison system for a long time, and the Attica State riot came behind a lot of Muslims were pushing for change. That's why a lot of the prison system changed, because the Muslims were more organized and able to organize people, and this is what happened in the Attica riot.
That's true. But
And,
can I
and
put you on
people
pivot
people
about
need
something
to
you just
be
said though? I
yeah
want
need
to
to
put
be
you on
really
pivot.
appreciative of the good that Muslims bring to the prison system. The good that we bring, not the bad,
Listen,
because
but I'm
people are
trying to put
people.
you on pivot on something because you said like maybe a blood or a crip could eat pork, but Muslims don't eat pork. If a motherfucker a blood or crip that praise Allah, he ain't gonna eat pork.
Okay, well then he
Crips
Muslim.
or bloods ain't gonna make a
But,
motherfucker eat pork.
but then he Muslim then.
You're
You
not
can't,
listening to what I'm
you
saying.
can't, you can't. I came from the 5%ers, so I don't know nothing about Bloods and Crips. I came from the Allah is the God, always has and always will be. That's where I came from. So I'm more towards 5%er ideology than I'm before anything else. But if you follow the law, if you follow the bylaws, because wherever prison system you go, Muslims have bylaws,
Correct.
and those bylaws we have to live by.
Correct.
And maybe the Crips and the Bloods, their bylaws might be different. So therefore, we cannot compromise and
Got
we
ain't no
cannot
bylaws.
change.
There ain't no
We cannot
bylaws.
make. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna speak for no bloods. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying ain't no bylaws. If my higher power is Allah, as a crip, I ain't eating pork. I'm going to follow the dictates of what Allah say and His prophet.
Okay.
Crip ain't gonna be like, yo, cuz you ain't gonna eat this pork chop. You gonna get the L7. We about to see you get the DP. That's not gonna happen. There is no dictate that like a crip gotta do some weird shit. Like if I'm pulling up to the homeboys like, yo, what's up, cuz? Whatever case may be, they eating mad bang and I ain't with that cuz. They gonna respect it. Oh, that's cuz be going to the mosque. Okay, cool.
But I mean, I think that's cool because it gives Muslims allies. You know what I'm saying? And in this time of day where Muslims are public enemy number one, we need as many friends and allies as we can. But don't get it twisted. We don't need bad people as allies and friends.
Can I say something real quick, guys? Check this out. The Prophet Muhammad, right? Peace and
Alayhi
blessings.
salatu salam.
We supposed to emulate him to the best of our ability. Now, I'm not saying that we all have to be prophet-like. I'm saying, don't you think walking around with a full color on is way off from how the prophet wanted it? And if he knew that you was double dipping like that, if he was alive, you don't think he'd come chop your head off? I'm just asking a question.
No, he wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't chop my head off. He'll come talk to
But
me.
if you know, if you know
That's what I
already,
mean. I don't mean
if you
physically.
know already
He'll
that
come
Prophet
chop your
Muhammad
head
forbids
off. I mean, sorry.
men from wearing red. We
Yeah.
already know men are forbidden from wearing red.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are.
But that ain't
So
my
I mean that's right off the bat right there.
I just
Men
want
are not supposed to wear red, just
That's
like we're not supposed to wear gold
right.
or silk.
Now,
So if we're gonna follow the prophet, we're gonna have to follow him all the way.
All right, check this out. If you gotta pray 5 times a day and you making your daily 5, you ain't got time to be a blood. Let's talk about it. Those that know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. Because every time a new prayer coming in and it's time to smoke that blunt with the homie or go over y'all lessons, you can't go over those lessons. It's time to do voodoo.
but like I said, not all bloods wear red, not all bloods smoke weed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Not all bloods, you know what I mean, indulge in criminal activity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what, like Mikey B said, if we talking about the original, what we're, you know what I'm saying, what bloods was
Yeah, I was
started.
talking about the street bloods. I wasn't talking about I was just switching it for a second. Now let's get back to what he was saying. 'Cause I was just mentioning like bloods that's on the street, day-to-day living. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? When you inside, I understand. It's kind of able to be easier to deem why you a gang member because you might could stay away from all the bad stuff that you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because of your status, can't nobody force you to do nothing. So if you got status and you a blood and you trying to become Muslim, they gonna let you convert easy. You ain't gonna have no hassle because you already have status. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's an easier fix when you're in the streets. Yeah, we know what but in jail, it's a whole different process, man.
Whole different process.
Popularity thing.
Right?
It's a
Yeah,
popularity thing. It's a popularity thing in prison.
it's different.
Tell you
It's
one
different.
thing, you ain't faking no al-Fatiha when they ask you to lead the prayer. You know what I'm saying? So you have to
So
really be in this deen for real, so
you
you can
got to know
learn
way
how to
more
talk.
than Al Fati. You got to know way more than Al Fatiha to become
But you
this.
get what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make an
Nah,
example
you
that
can't.
that's just
You
what you got to
definitely
repeat.
can't fake it. You can't fake Al Fatiha and all that.
Yeah, you can't
I
like
mean,
that.
you could memorize it, but you can't fake being Muslim. And not with.
When you recite it, people gonna know last night that you was partying. When they say salam alaikum and you don't greet them back, wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah barakatuh. If you don't say it clear, they like, oh man, he was watching porn last night. Come here, brother. Let me talk
Yo,
to you.
the porn though.
You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just how I could tell when a Muslim is, you know, he believes in God, which is true. We can't cut that out. But like the big Ak was saying, if I don't address you for what I see you doing wrong and you don't address me, then we pick up sins by default by not opening your mouth.
I feel like as a Muslim, you gotta leave room in there for Allah to make Allah's judgment, and you
Right.
cannot put your own emotion in front of it. The reason
Right.
why I say that is because back in '97, Rucc was with me. A lot of dudes was, blood shit was just really getting popular up there like that, right? It was Muslim niggas that was trying to be blood. I was 100% against that. I was one of the biggest speakers out against that. Nigga, if you're blood, you blood. If you Muslim, you Muslim. You're not doing that here. But I only knew Islam from there. You know what I'm saying? As I grew older, I'm like, damn, I was
Right.
tripping because that's called being a jailhouse Muslim. Like being a
Right.
jail, but like when you say no, you can't. I understand the briefing part, but
Yeah.
I was like, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like if you anything else outside of being Muslim, it didn't matter if it was blood. You could be smoke, crip, whatever. I ain't give a fuck.
Right.
Yo, bro, how you Muslim? Because but look, then again, that's our perception of gangs. Not everybody that's with the gang is on gang time or negative demon time.
But pivot real quick. Check it out. How the
Most
fuck
of them.
Terrence Gangster Williams then, right?
Oh,
The
yeah.
big gangster, right? How the fuck does he get a pass for telling on a dead person to come home? Now check it out. I agree with any gang member that's going to change his life and become Muslim. Now you got to change your name, nigga. You Abdul now, nigga, a servant of Allah. Don't come home calling yourself still Terrence Gangster Williams. How you gonna do that? You basically double dipping. In my eyes, this is just me, allegedly me. This is how I feel. How could you do that when you come home and you salam alaikum all the brothers and all that? Call yourself Abdul now, bro. You changed everything, nigga. Change your name too. Don't come
You
home
know,
trying to use that old rep.
young man, your man, what's your name? Hustler man. You know,
Hustle,
unfortunately, in this time and day, a lot of Muslim people they try to hide their identity because
right,
they know they're going to get prejudged.
right,
That's why you see a lot of girls, Muslim girls, take off their hijabs because they know they're going to get picked on. You know,
right,
people sleep. People so asleep, my brother. They so asleep. You got
right,
people that want to be. They want to be like Ramses, the god of the Egyptians. You got
right,
people that want to believe the earth is flat. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And then you got the FBI infiltration in all masjids.
right,
FBI infiltrated. Look, you see Malcolm X's right hand man
right,
was FBI. Then you see the Black Panthers, Huey Newton's right hand man, FBI. You,
right.
you don't think that they're still infiltrating
Hell yeah.
FBI using negative propaganda
Yeah.
against Muslims to take people away because they know right now it's over 500,000 Latino Muslims. You
Right.
know, and when you got all these black brothers chasing all these African religions, I mean, it's cool. You do what you want to do. That's your business. But I know for a fact that at least 35% of the Africans that came from Africa to the United States were Muslims. They were Muslims that were kidnapped and brought here or tricked to come here. This is a fact. So when people come, when I see brothers take off the kufi and try to, try to be a little
Hide
soft
yourself.
because they're scared. Because they're scared.
Mm.
Right. That's a
You know
big
what I'm
fact.
saying?
Let me tell you
But you don't
something, man.
know they're not going to benefit by doing this. It doesn't benefit what Allah has planned for you. It
Right.
doesn't change the plans.
Right. You got it. You
Okay,
got it.
kid.
You got it. Hey, but
Hey,
let me
Rucc.
do
Yes,
Hey,
okay.
Rucc.
yes.
How have you met any many Muslims that was Crips too? Because I remember, like I said, you gave me the book, on Monster Cody. What struck me the most is that he was Muslim. How did you feel like reading that book? And tell people like what that was about. Like
No,
what was it about?
we done had interviews before, and I tell you, like, even though I'm on the East Coast, I'm not an East Coast Crip, I'm a West Coast Crip because it came to me from the West Coast from my family. My cousin came over here. So the reality is, on the West Coast, a lot of Crips are Muslim.
Alhamdulillah.
It's a separation.
Alhamdulillah.
They treat it like how the government treat it. It's a separation from what they say, the state is whatever the fuck. It's a separation. So it's like if you know, because they come up different. Most gang members in New York are gang members from jail. I wasn't a jail gang member. I was both Muslim and Crip on the streets. I took my Shahada when I was 9 years old. I was an Ansar Muslim from Bushwick.
We was just talking about the Ansars.
Yeah, he
Correct.
probably know the story.
We was talking
I
about.
know a lot of them, brother, from the 80s.
No, correct. So, but around the same time, probably like 3 years later, that's when I got introduced to the Crippin'. But I still went to the mosque in Bushwick. My sins are my sins. I did on the
Hold up for 1 second. She said that she's not gonna join with that thumbnail that I got. Well, that thumbnail was just it drew people in.
Shout out to the truth lady.
But I will change the thumbnail if you think that's a little bit too racy. But
Now she been in the chat for a minute, man. Salute to her. She been
no, assalamu alaikum, sister. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good with her just giving her feedback. I'm watching the chat. Trust me when I tell you. And,
Right.
and Islam, Salam, that's my big brother. Me and Ruck did time together. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get Mikey B up here, and Wax AP is the reason why this conversation is happening because he's the one that said no. But I never thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't thought
Yeah.
I haven't thought about it like that in years. Whether you know what I'm saying? Because I really don't care. To me, if you Muslim and you blood or Crip, I don't give a fuck about that.
Can I give you something to think about?
To me, it's like this: you either giving dawah or you know what I mean? Like you being top leaked or you giving top leak. You know what I'm saying? Like you're top leaking
Right.
people or you're being top leak. What that means is this, right? If you're a Muslim and you become imam, it's safe to say that you're doing things like no like that's correct because we vote in who we want. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you could just take over and be Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like be the Muslim leader. It's safe to say that nigga was doing everything by the book, and
Earned it.
that's why he's the imam. And if he's the imam, in my book today, if he's Crip or he's Muslim, I'm on blood, then more power. You want to know why? Because he's gonna be doing more dawah and tabligh than
That's
any.
true. That's
Now you
true.
look at
He's gonna
Moshe.
speak the language that the people speak, so he gonna get them to listen. But check this out. Let me say one thing to the Muslims on the panel, right? Allah says, put no graven images associated with him. Nothing.
But
So
now, okay,
that's all I'm gonna say now. That's all I'm gonna say. Everybody could get carried away talking this whole conversation, but at the end of the day, Allah says, don't
now,
associate him with no
now,
partners,
look,
no other gangs, no other oaths. When you take his oath, you take that and you die a
no,
Muslim, and that'd be the best death. Go ahead.
now look. Let me slow the conversation down a little bit. I'm gonna tell you what it is, right? When what you're speaking of is shirk, right? Now shirk, for people that don't understand, that's associating partners with God, right? Now, this is the biggest sin you can commit as a Muslim. It's the
Right.
biggest thing that you can do. And there's different type of like shirk or association partner
Right.
associate partners with God. You have shirk al munkar, you have shirk al ashkar, and then you have shirk al akbar. Now shirk al akbar association, is straight up saying that somebody else is God outside of God being God. That's Shirk al
Praying
Akbar.
to two people.
Now you have minor Shirk. Which one is that? Sheikh, is it Shirk al
That's the
Ashkar?
greatest. You just said the greatest
Yeah,
shirk.
that's Akbar, but which one is Ashkar?
The shirk that you don't know you're doing.
So inconspicuous Shirk.
Whoa.
That's like that Shirk or association is like you don't know that you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like
Yep.
if it's time to make prayer, instead of making prayer, you're doing what you said, brother.
Rolling up,
Smoking weed with the homies, whatever.
having sex, getting head,
Stuff like that.
Gambling.
Crazy.
Yeah,
gambling.
yeah, it's
We
crazy,
coming
right?
with it tonight.
But look, it can get deep, right? But there's three types of shirk. But I don't feel that taking an oath is becoming committing shirk. You're not committing shirk just because you took an oath. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
See,
bro.
oath is equitable. The
Listen
oath
to
can
this.
be
Listen to this
equitable.
real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, OG, bro. Listen to this.
Hold up, brother. But that depends on what the oath is. If you're able to say something that's in the oath that directly goes against Islam, then we sitting on fertile land.
Correct.
Now check this out, guys. If you read the Quran too fast, it'll curse you.
Yeah.
Now I'm only throwing this out there because we got the shit up there.
That's
So
like
if I'm wrong, correct me. These are things I'm hearing.
Brother. Let me tell you something. In Islam, there's a thing called zandaka. You know what zandaka is?
Come on with it.
Zandaka is sacrilegious. That means take the religion to the extreme.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Islam is very simple religion, down to earth, easy to practice. And sometimes you have to be careful. Some of the hadiths that people quote, you have to be very careful with those. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Islam is very simple. You come, you learn Quran, you learn how to read Quran, you learn how to pray. It's simple like that. When you go off into the hadiths that make a lot of these claims and these explanations, you have to be very careful with those because you could go into a thing that we call zandaka.
Zandaka
Zandaka,
is like
which is
extreme.
being extreme in the
Like
religion.
being an extremist, like being an extremist.
Yes, going
But
zandaka.
in a halal way.
Well, I mean,
No,
you
because look,
have to know your audience. Know
Shiites.
your audience.
Look, you have some Shiites, right, or so-called Shiites that abuse themselves in the name of Allah. They say it's because for Allah, and what that's not what the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam practice. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
But
bid'ah.
that's
That's a
bid'ah.
bid'ah.
It's
That's
innovation.
bid'ah.
It's
Yeah, it's an
innovation.
innovation.
It's something that was not a part of Islam. Just like when they say that Muslims is running around strapping bombs to themselves. A Muslim doesn't kill himself, so that's automatically not a Muslim. You know what
Those
I'm
are
saying?
extremists.
Yeah, those are extremists. That's Zandaka.
That's
And you know what's funny?
a sacrilege.
The big homies,
Sacrilege.
yeah, the big homies over there, they be the ones giving the little homies the AKs and tell them if they die, they going straight to heaven because they worked for the, you know what I mean? They was working for the gang. Just like over here, the big homies give the little homies a gun and say, go make the news, nigga. Get your status go up. You heard? Go make the news. Go make a movie. That's what they call it, right? Go make a movie. And then the little homies come back like, yeah, you see me on Channel 7 News, nigga? Yeah, I lit that up. It was crunch time. Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. You can't be a demon slayer and a demon at the same time. You can't be on demon time. Demon time and God time don't mix. You
That
know what I'm saying?
makes
So therefore, God will confuse your thoughts when you try to play that game. You know what I'm saying? God got a surveillance camera on every last one of us, and he don't run out of gigs. He don't run out of memory. See what I'm saying? So when you play that game out in the streets, walking, being your what's that? Your alternate you. You know what I'm saying? What's your gang name? That's your gang name. See what I'm saying? What's your real name, nigga? That's who you is. See what I'm saying? Which name you living?
Hey, can we take a quick break? Right, I do want to show OG Rucc, man, what Roski's doing these days. You know what I'm saying? Let me just let y'all see something, man. Let me show y'all what Roski out here doing, y'all. Roski just going out bad, y'all. Check this out.
right. Bugging.
Roski going out bad. Look.
He said he was gay when he was a kid.
What?
Yeah. Look at his forehead, bro. Come on.
There you go.
That looked like a clip for somebody that want views.
No.
What?
I have nothing to do with this, y'all. I have nothing to do with this. I have nothing to do with this. Wow. And more or less that's what it is. But I want to take a quick 2-minute break. You know what I'm saying? Sister don't want to come up. You know what I mean? Based off of the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to consider. You know what I mean? That's my Muslim sister. I don't want to turn off to the conversation by having that thumbnail. So I'm gonna change that. But I had that up. I made that up a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? Check this out though, man. One more point of reference, just to let y'all know that I'm not all the way bad, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't none of us all the way bad. Shit.
Check this out. This is when Roski was with Death Row Records. You know what I mean? He was with, he was trying to get his life together. But I had some serious questions to ask him. Roski, you better not forget I own your face.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Yeah, excuse me, pause. You know what I'm saying? Number two, did that really happen? You just so into trolling. Well, I'm asking them, are you so addicted to trolling that you would tell people that somebody, you know what I mean, did some questionable things? Right? Here it is. You one of the most famous fucking like instigators, problem makers in this section, right? But where the fuck does the source of your problems come from? Number one. Number two, did that really happen, or you just so into trolling that you would say some shit like a nigga try to molest you? Did that really happen?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I do want y'all to take a look at
Maybe.
this.
No, he dead serious.
Look at his
I
face.
want to, yeah, yeah, this man's serious. And then this man, right, says that I made up a picture of him, you know what I'm saying, from a moving video that he made. I just screenshot. I mean, you look how you look. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me just show y'all what I'm talking about right quick. I know some people confused right now. This is a wig that's on this nigga head. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want, yeah, this is a wig. This is a wig. This is definitely a wig. Give me, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna prove it. Check this out. Okay. All right, here we go. I found what I was looking for. Look at this mess here. Let me turn my mic all the way up. I need y'all to hear this shit. This man is crazy. He crazy. Check this shit out, yo. This is funny. Can you mute up for 1 second?
Copy.
He said, edit this picture.
I mean, I still look handsome in this, so what? I still look handsome. I still look very good. What's wrong with me? I'm a light skin nigga. What I gotta do? What? Acne? I look acne. So what, nigga? I'm still handsome. What? I got look acne on my face. And that picture show what I'm still handsome. But I edit. Look at this shit. Everything ain't correct in that picture, dog. They edited some parts of the picture. They edited that shit. But I'm still a handsome nigga.
Watch the picture move. He trying to say I made this picture up. What the fuck is that in this nigga hair, y'all? This ain't about Roski at all, but I do want y'all
That's that Beijing. He got the Beijing in his shit.
All I did was just stop the video, so you get mad at me.
You said the Beijing.
Yeah, he gets mad.
That means he can't take no showers. He be bald again.
After he does this video. I can see the future.
I don't understand why niggas ain't Jamaican and you want dreads. Like, come on, bro.
But you know what? Listen, I need everybody to stay woke for a second, man. You know what? I'm just keep it real, right? He mad at the wrong person. You need to be mad at the person that made you look like this. Hold up a second, y'all. Did I make that now? Look, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. I didn't make this up. That's Ruck's homeboy.
Nah.
I gave him the Ruck.
I had sympathy for Cuz though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Why? Because you look like that?
Shit.
Yo, his head like a 6-pack, bro. I swear his head look like my stomach.
Yo, why he got? Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even peep that.
He got the cuffs under. He, you know.
This
Anyway,
nigga,
I ain't gonna do that
this
to him.
nigga got abdominal forehead. That's crazy. I never seen no shit like that.
What you say? He got abdominal forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he go to the gym and do forehead.
He's just doing a lot of thinking, man.
Other niggas doing forceps and biceps. He's doing forehead.
Not a lot of thinking though. That was crazy.
OG said he look like he's doing a lot of thinking.
Hey, yo, that's Ruck, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all. Word, that's Ruck, man. You know what? Charge the Ruck.
Nah, fuck that. I'm about to load Cuz in. He about to be the sig homeboy. Hold up. My cat trying to get in the goddamn video. Look at this motherfucker.
Where my cat? I'm getting mad. You know what?
Tuxedo cat.
You already know. Tuxedo cat. For real, for real.
Them cats are smart.
What's the name?
Nova.
Them cats are mad smart.
No,
Nigga, that's a girl's name.
It's a dude though.
this dude named Nova. Supposed to call him Catastrophe or something.
He says the dude named Nova and started pulling his beard.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I had one of the cats like that, one of those tuxedo cats. That nigga used to use the bathroom, son. Only thing he couldn't do was flush it.
He the same way. This motherfucker.
I'm telling you, that nigga was smart.
My cat ain't that smart. She go up in there and drink the water out the toilet.
Hey Mac. It's nice to see you again, my brother.
Alhamdulillah.
I miss you, man.
I miss
Been
you
a
too.
long time.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I ain't been in tune with my brother in like 7 years or some shit. Like, when the last time we was in tune, bro?
Alhamdulillah, man.
Last a couple months ago. Hey, yo, Rob Lowe interview got hundreds, thousands of fucking views, bro. It's like that one interview got 60, the another one got like 40. Then he, you know what I'm saying? I think his numbers went past yours, Ruck, and you got the second and third biggest videos on my channel.
Nah, see, that's our difference. See, I'm just kind of charming, and he's charismatic. He got the charisma. I just got the charm. So charm only gets you so far. Charisma gets you everywhere.
Nah, it's just the algorithm. That's it. Yeah. It's just the algorithm. That's how it is. If I'd have did yours second, it would do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
He just shot that whole shit down.
Both of y'all charming and both of y'all got the. And yo, listen, Ruck always, Sheikh. Ruck always flirted with Islam. You know what I'm saying? He's always been a part of the Islam thing. Well, AP, you still there? I'm gonna ask AP something.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, yeah, AP, because I know you know a lot of Muslims, right? Have you ever been interested in in Islam? Have you ever been in the masjid and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have. I have. Fadia. I'm real interested in it. Fadia is Muslim. I have read. I used to go down to the masjid. I used to. It was a situation going on one time when I was doing my custodial time, and I was open to read anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a reader, so
right.
Being that I went down to the masjid, I went down to the Islamic services, and I went down there open-minded. You can't go nowhere being biased. You feel what I'm saying? Because being biased is a waste of time. But I went down there being open-minded because I was interested. Mainly, what drew me down there was the issue that was at hand. But then there was so many different brothers that was part of the, the organization. And they was down there in the religion. So I went down there, and then I found myself going down there occasionally. Not that I was trying to, take a shahada or anything, but it was like It's a freedom of mind. The whole energy, the whole environment is a difference. It's a change of scenery though. So yeah, I
Right.
actually have though. I have though.
Hey,
Where, where,
Wax.
where, where you at, Wax AP? Where you at?
I mean,
He like,
I'm gonna put it in the back chat. They crazy about me, but
Hey,
I got
Wax. Let
everybody
me ask
going
you a
crazy.
question, Wax.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
asking
Wax.
where you come from.
Hey, Wax.
Where you come
Hey,
from?
Wax. You think you could fast for 30 days? You think you can handle it?
Yeah, of course.
You said that with
Oh,
modesty.
You got, brother. There's a lot of people that are not Muslims and they fast Ramadan
Right.
because they see the health benefit behind it, the
Right.
spiritual benefit,
Right.
and a lot of people do it. I've had people that were comedics asking me, "Are you fasting Ramadan this year?" So a lot of people
a lot
be
of Christians,
surprised.
a lot of Christians fast
Hit
too.
that like button.
A
Yeah,
lot of Christians fast too.
yeah, yes.
But you know how it go though. If you ain't fasting for Allah, then you ain't fasting. You just starving yourself.
Brother,
I ain't
you
fasting.
hard. You know that you
I'm just
hard.
being funny. I'm just being funny. I'm just being funny.
That's what we hear though. We hear that in the masjid. If you're not
Yeah.
fasting for Allah, because that's the let me let
No,
you know something. People that's not Muslim, the fast is the only one thing that we actually do for Allah. With
One of the
everything else, yeah, everything else that we do in Islam is for our own self. You know what I'm
that's
saying? But
true.
the one thing Allah wants us to do is to fast for Him.
yeah, we
That's true.
doing it for him, but it's benefiting us.
It's benefiting us.
Yes,
But it's the only thing we actually do that Allah asks us to do for Him. Because everything else is He says it for your own soul. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
right. That's right. Salat is for your own soul.
5 pillars. Shay, can you tell the people with the 5 pillars with the okay, everybody that's listening that's not Muslim, right? We got 5 main things that we stand on called our pillars. And Shay, could you break the 5 pillars of Islam down to the listeners, please?
بني الإسلام على 50 شهادات أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمدا رسول الله وأقيم الصلاة وآتى الزكاة وحج البيت وصوم رمضان. Islam is built on 5 pillars. Bear witness that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the messenger of God, establishing 5 prayers a day, giving charity to the poor, fasting in Ramadan, and Hajj, and doing the pilgrimage to the holy city.
Allahu Elam. And guess what? You cannot hold those dearest to your heart if you are serving 2 masters at the same time.
And if
That,
And if there
that
would
was
be a sixth pillar, it would be jihad.
Allahu Elam.
Yes, if it was 6 pillars, it would be jihad would be the sixth.
Now you
right. The
could try
biggest
it. Listen, everybody could try it. You could try having 2 day jobs. Try it. Try it. See where you end up.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Allahu Elam.
Where you at, Hustle Man?
I'm in the Poconos, man.
You
I'm
in
just
PA?
yeah. I'm up in the mountains where the snow is
I'm
at.
I'm from East New York, man, but I live in the
From the
North
Bronx, though.
Pacific
I'm from the Bronx.
Northwest.
Bronx,
yeah,
Harlem.
all day.
Where you from?
Yeah,
Oh, OG Rucc.
I'm Bronx bred, born and raised, but I'm out
Okay.
by block Raven, Maryland.
I like Maryland, man. It's dangerous. Baltimore is dangerous, man.
Now it's
I
kind of
feel
cool.
I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Baltimore, like I feel sorry for Chicago, man.
Now I look crazy. It look mad rickety and shit, but it be quiet though when I go out to
And the boogie and the boogie
quiet.
down too, man. Boogie down's bad too, man.
Not in my projects. I'm from Patterson. We good.
Jersey not that bad.
Not Patterson, New Jersey. Patterson projects in the Bronx. You tripping?
Oh, okay, my bad.
Word.
I'm from the projects too, man. I'm from Cypress Hills, man.
Brooklyn,
Right.
East New
I'm
York.
from Cypress Hills, East New York.
Okay.
King Tut, Glaze, Ricky Martin, Head, all
Who?
those
Brian
cats.
Glaze? Who? Brian Glaze?
Yeah, I grew up with Brian.
He a
Right.
snitch, right? Didn't he tell on his own
Well,
brother?
yeah, well, he got a lot of beef, and not just because of the snitching.
Well, let us know because we was about to talk about him as soon as Mac Mean came back. So it's glad
I,
that you touched on that.
I don't go against the grain, man. I can't talk about Glaze. Like
Okay.
I told McMean that my little brother,
No,
he
that's
got
your man.
serious
No, I'm
he
asking,
got
that's
some
your man
serious
too?
beef with him, and it got
That's your
nothing to
man?
do with that snitching shit. But my
Yeah.
little brother don't like him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Tell
but
you what it is,
I ain't gonna get into that. I ain't gonna get. I don't talk about people because I
Right.
don't want nobody to talk about me. I don't
right,
give a fuck what they did. You
right.
know, I don't talk. I don't want to talk about
You
other people.
unbiased. That's it. You McMean. I got you.
Okay,
You
okay.
feel me? That's it. I got you, baby. You like a sparrow. You know what I mean? You ain't with the carol. I get you. I
Yeah,
dig like
okay.
the shovel, man. I fucking fell off the cliff digging.
Yeah,
Shit.
I just try to talk about Islam,
I
and
got you.
hopefully I could give people some hints
I
and
want to ask
some
you a question. I want to ask you a question.
knowledge.
Now that we got you. Islamic question. All right? Q&A time real quick. Check me out, big dog. The question I posed 2 weeks ago was, who built the pyramids, right? Then I tried to tableak with the people and let them know about King Solomon on the power that King Solomon had over the jinns. And then I tried to let them know how in the King Solomon story, like how he was controlling the winds and can talk to the birds. I was getting real articulated with the King Solomon story. But these people still believe that jinns did not build the pyramids and bring all these treasures across the world in 1 minute for King
You
Solomon.
know, well, I mean, the Joseph, alayhi salam. Joseph was a king of Egypt.
Right,
He was a king of Egypt. He was a king, not a pharaoh.
right.
Okay, pharaohs didn't come till after Joseph in the time of Moses.
Got you.
They were called pharaohs. This is
Right,
historical facts the Quran will verify.
right,
Well, we know that when we talk about the Egyptians, we're talking about Kemetics. We're talking about Kemetics. Talk about people that worship Ra,
right.
ISIS,
Idol
whatever.
worshiping.
All these pagans gods, and from Babylon. But remember, Islam at the time of the Quran, Muhammad's time, nobody know how to read hieroglyphics. Nobody
Right,
know how to read hieroglyphics. Was just the code was broken in 1881. That's when the code was broken, and they found this thing called the Rosetta Stone that they was able to translate a lot
right,
of the pyramids and a lot of the hieroglyphics written on coffins and on tombs that the pharaohs used to live in.
right.
You know, so but the Quran, there's a verse of the Quran. I don't know which one it is. I can find it if I look for it, but it talks about something that was written in one of the stones in Egypt that they just translated,
Right,
and Quran is a miracle. It's a miracle.
right.
I mean, people talk about the Bible, people talk about the Quran, but they never show. They say,
Let me
"Oh, the Bible's like the Quran," but they never show it.
right. Can I
People like to say, "Oh, the Quran is just a written book." Okay, well, show it. Oh, the
check
mistakes
this
in the
out?
Quran. Okay, show it.
Check this
There are
out.
always people like this. They like to say these things about Quran, but never
Right,
show it.
right,
But there is a verse in the Quran that says is a verse that goes against something that's written in the hieroglyphics on the coffin of the Ramses in Moses' time.
what's
It, is-
that?
it says it says the earth and the heavens cry for you. This is written in hieroglyphics. The Quran says when it's talking about Ramses, the earth, the earth, all the heavens don't cry for you.
Right,
So for people think that the Quran is just a man-made book. They need to really get down and study it and find out that it's really not.
right.
This is a miracle. It's a mathematical miracle, a scientific miracle, biological miracle, spiritual miracle. But like I said, people just stay away. If you stay away from the Quran, you never know. You never
Let me
know.
add on. Let me
So
add on to
people
that
like to
real quick,
say
OG.
that the Quran is this, but they never read it. They never read it.
Check it out. Check it out real quick. real quick. Let me pivot
I'm
with
sorry
you.
I didn't answer your question, brother.
It's all good. It's all good. Let me pivot with you because a lot of people don't understand that most Muslims have the whole Quran memorized in their head. And if the whole world was to explode and a tsunami come and wash everything away, the Quran will be back here tomorrow.
No, brother. If they burned every Quran on the planet, we put one together tomorrow.
The people
Straight
that
up.
That's real. That's real.
the people
If
that's
you
not
burn every Bible, if you burn every Bible in the planet, the Christians will be lost.
Yeah, they need about 100 years. They
They'll
need
be
about
lost.
100. Straight up. They need about 100 years to come back and,
Yeah.
and recite that. And a lot of people don't understand that the Quran is sung, y'all. It's sang. You sing.
Next song, recite it. Recite it. These
Yeah,
are the five,
recite it.
brother. These are the 5 rules for the Quran. The
Go ahead.
5 rules. Remember these 5 rules. Read it, recite it, memorize it, understand it, and apply it.
Woo!
Those are the rules.
Right. That's for the non-Muslims that's out there listening. You know what I'm saying?
Those are the